You're listening to another Geek Pride podcast. Welcome to Gentlemanly Chats. Hello and welcome to Gentlemanly Chats. I am the resident beard, Mike Orvis. Today we have a very special guest. I did say last week that I was going to have someone different on that wasn't Nick or Dave or Richie, and I've managed to snag him from Rochester train station, bundle him into the back of my car and get him into my cave of wonder. It is a guy that I've known for fucking 10, 15, 20, no, not 20 years, because that would make me 5. And I moved into Cliffwoods when I was 8. You don't need to know this bit. So 15, I'm going to say 15. We'll go for 15. 15 is my final answer, I don't want to phone a friend. I've known him for 15 years. He's a cracking bloke, but we've always kind of known each other. We were aware of each other's presence, like two ships passing in the night. And then, on one fateful day, I received a friend request on Facebook, and it was indeed my friend Jack. It's legendary Jack Fryer. He has a radio show. He is the head of the Essex University Metal Society, and he's an all-round good guy and lover of Ainsley Harriott. It is my friend, Jack Fryer. Hello, Jack.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, man, not bad at all. I guess we should jump right into it. Yeah, I don't look at you or look at people when I'm podcasting because that's just the way I am. Cool. I should have pre-warned you. You're taking a look behind the curtain of Gentlemanly Chats. So, yeah, I guess we should jump straight into it and talk about what the fuck happened last night. How did you... I should give a bit of background. As most of you know, I'm a DJ at the legendary shithole Tap and Tin. I get to play about an hour of metal if I'm good, and I got to play an hour of metal, and it was fucking carnage, mostly in the best way. But what happened last night, there was a weird demographic of, there were literally some chavs looking for a fight, because they literally came up to me and went, "Oh mate, is this where the fighting starts? Is this like where all like the moshing music? You're going to be playing this all night?" And I went, "No, it's just winding up and it's not really about fighting." "Yeah man, but look at them, right, they're going fucking mental." And I'm like, "That's not really the point, and if you do that I'm going to hurt you." And luckily they didn't really kick off. It was a weird mix of people who think they like metal, and then people like Jack and a couple of people who used to come to Tap who just turned up randomly who fucking actually love metal. And it was a weird dichotomy of like two different tribes not going to war, because that's a song. Two different tribes of people going, "Oh, well, I like metal." And you're like, "You fucking don't like metal. This is what metal liking is. Swishy hair, horns singing. Ah!" That's what metal is about. Not really going, "I'm going to push you." But yes, I had to stop the music. I had to warn people, and then people got thrown the fuck out. How do you feel about that, Jack?
Well, I always, because that's like someone who does a metal club like myself at uni.
You certainly do.
It's always
plug it, man. Plug the shit out of that. I mean, there might be Essex listeners.
Metal Meltdown. Like, I haven't got the dates for it, but it's coming back in January. So
pay attention to Facebook for Metal Meltdown.
You know, and I always get sad when you see some guy like go too crazy. Like, I had like
bless him.
Well, there's two bands. Like, there's Metal Meltdown, which is the Society one, and there's one that the uni does called RPM, where it's a mixture of rock, punk, and metal.
Nice.
And there's no indie. It's no indie because some guy got really angry because the DJ refused to play the Smiths. So you know, it's kind of one of those things, because you got like punk people who go like insane to Gallows, then you got metalheads who go like crazy to Slipknot, then you got like the rock fans who love a bit of AC/DC and all that. So you got kind of 3 groups, they all come together though.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Some people though, you know, they like to use their fists in pits, like the whole thing. Yeah. And you got people who just want to have like a mosh, and there's some people who like jump on people's backs and like swing and like stuff. And it's always sad you get people thrown out, but then again, you can have. It's always safety. Safety has to come first. So the others.
See, I take it as an okay from that person that they are looking to get hit. Like, and I'm not saying that in a bravado macho way. I'm just saying that I'm a lot bigger than a lot of people that come to metal nights. And if you're going to start using fists in my pit, and I've said this live in front of like a couple of hundred people, I will come down there and I will destroy you. That's my fucking. Like, I remember I went to where was it? Was it Malefice? My old band Callous supported Malefice.
Oh shit.
And Breed 77. who sucked. It was fucking terrible. Because we were like, fucking Breed, man. Do you remember Breed 77? They're so good. They're not so good.
I met Malefist when they played Bloodstock, because I actually just walked, no one was queuing up, but I just walked in the signing tent, got a photo of all of them.
All right, lads. Good time. Yeah, so we were supporting Malefist, and there was this kid who kept fucking using elbows and shit. And I was like, stop being a dickhead. Stop being a dickhead. Because my missus was there, and my missus, those of you that don't know, her profile is Eris Vertigo. If you want to go and follow her modelling stuff, it's kind of cool, and she has boobies, and they're fun. So go and do that. She's like about as tall as I am. She's like 6'2". If she's in heels, I'm shorter, but I've justified that as okay because Jean Grey is taller than Wolverine. You have to find a way of justifying it. That's how I do it. I'm like, it's fine because I'm Wolverine. So anyway, so she's quite tall, and this dude is throwing fucking elbows like way above his head and like nearly hitting her. And there's very few things that set off my incoherent rage, but one of them is trying to fucking physically assault a person I love. So I gave him one warning, and then I threw him. I literally threw him. He came into me, not like that, you fucking pervert. he was swinging and shit, and I literally caught his elbow, grabbed him by the seat of his pants, and threw the motherfucker across the room. He went about 4 foot in the air, and then skidded on his knees and crashed headfirst into the stage. He then got up, and I fucking just pointed at him and stared him down, and then he was good for the rest of the night. If you're going to start fucking throwing fists, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to fuck you up, because fuck you. Like, that's not what it's about. It's not about inflicting pain. It's about... Like, I wrote a poem about it a while ago, because Slipknot have really pissed me off recently. Because Chris, to him, said, moshing is bullying! And I'm like, oh, motherfucker, you have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. And... to come from a band that's got such a sway, I don't understand why, but it's got such a sway in the metal community, for you to fucking spout that bullshit is just utterly enraging to me.
The thing about moshing is, like, I only sometimes, I don't, because if I know it's getting like too intense, I go to sound like I'm a skinny guy with glasses, you know, but then again, you know...
a bit like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I do look a bit like a Daniel Radcliffe. But, you know, I thought once the films are over, that comparison would go, but Radcliffe's been going for years, though, and it's going to carry on.
The bastard and his success.
Damn him. You know, but I stand on the edge because, you know, if people fall over, I'm always one of the first to pick them up. That's why I always stand on the edge and stuff.
Good guy.
But, you know, I really can't stand it when people, like, take it too seriously, and when people, like, gang mosh, like, they'll just 5 people target one person.
Yep.
That's happened. I've witnessed that before, and it's not a pleasant sight.
It's not fun being a big guy in a mosh pit. Like, it's fun because you can barely get pushed over. Last night I fell for the first time in tap in about 5 years. And I relished it because it was my fault. I tripped over my own feet. But, like, when you're the big guy, everyone goes, oh, fucking... It's literally... Like, and this happens to me in mosh pits and children's parties. I will always be attacked by multiple people who go, let's take down the big guy! He's got a beard! Ah! And I'm like, fuck off, you bellends. I'm just trying to enjoy my life. And that happens a lot.
The thing is, when I sometimes see mosh pit, there's one little guy who's always, like, hyped. And he always thinks, like, I'm going to take down the big guy, you know, I'm going to become the alpha. And then they get destroyed.
I mean, you saw it last night. There was that guy who was like hell-bent on hitting me, and I just braced myself. He bounced off me and fell over, and everyone's like, wah! And I'm like, well done, dickhead. This is what happens. What else irks me, I don't know whether this happens in Essex, but people who stand around the side of mosh pits and they're not protecting themselves, they're trying to push people into other people. And it's like, if you want to get involved, fucking get involved. And I will quite regularly, if I'm in the pit, because I'm one of those DJs who plays a song I like and I'll go down and actually watch to it. I normally, if I'm in a good mood during a metal set, there'll be like a 15-minute slot where I'll put on songs that I like, that I don't really care if anyone else likes, and then I'll go down and get involved. And whether... either people like the song or they see me getting involved and go, way, the beardy guy's getting involved, and they come and dance. But I will quite regularly see people who are on the outside pushing and just grab the motherfuckers. And I don't mean pulling them. You don't pull in a mosh pit, you push. But you can grab and throw if they're being dickheads. Do you find that that's an occurrence in Essex, Jack?
Sometimes you get some guy just stands on the edge, just pushing people back in and stuff. But then, like, someone always pushes him from behind when they kick off. And it's like, well, if you push, you're going to get pushed yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Oh dear, metal. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
really.
It's one of the things you love, but then there's so much of it you just hate. But then you love. Then you're reminded constantly why you love it.
Like, I listen to a variety of metal, but and music in general. I'm a fucking massive music nerd. I kind of have to be. I'm a drummer, and like most of my stuff at the moment is like old prog, because I'm a fucking nerd. And but every time I listen to metal, it's like fucking an ex, because it's glorious. Fucking an ex that you used to have really good sex with, not just like an ex, because it's not always great. Don't go fucking your exes. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that listening to metal is kind of like fucking your ex, in that it's glorious for about an hour, and then you kind of go, oh yeah, that, oh right, that again, yeah, oh brilliant. Oh, I realised we split up for a reason, didn't we? Fuck. And that's how I feel about metal. Oh. How do you feel about metal, Jack?
Well, it's like 80, it's like 90% of what I listen to. So, and the other side tends to be like rock or like a bit of cheesy trance.
Okay.
Or cheesy pop as well, like Chesney Hawkes' greatest hits. I just constantly play that. It's 20 tracks, you know. You'd think it was just I'm one and only like 20 times, but it's got... Like, Remembrance did the Friends thing. They've got a 20-track greatest hits album.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
I know. It's like one of those things you see, like, not one-hit wonders, and they've got like I've got like compilation albums. It's like, why would you need that?
We did other things. Like, no, you didn't.
They're just B-sides you just thrown together at the last minute.
I played the Friends theme
that was
quite
good,
a lot. But what really fucking makes me laugh is that no one knows the second verse. And me included. Like, no fucking idea.
I was the only one who knew it, but now I can't remember it now. It's one of those things that when the song's going, you remember it.
Yeah,
but now, I can't remember it at all. It's just great.
That happens to me with rap. Like, if I'm listening to rap, like, and I'm talking like old school rap, like NWA, that kind of stuff, I will remember it when it's on. You asking me to recall that shit later on, I'm just, no idea. No idea. Express Yourself, I know every word to, when it's on. When it's not on, bleh, bleh, no idea. So what got you into metal?
Well, the thing that got me into metal was...
That sounded like it was so scripted. It really wasn't. I just randomly it sounded like you'd just got out a piece of paper and like, well, the thing that got me into metal was...
This story is like I can't really tell this story like with the passion I used to, because it makes sense, because I've always liked rock music, like listened to Dad's old compilations when like I used to love the Burnout games. The Burnout 3 and 4 had killer soundtracks, like Avenged Sevenfold and all that. But the really kick that got me into music was hearing Lost Prophets Rooftops in my mum's old Toyota Yaris in an Asda car park.
Eesh.
So I can't really say that story in more. I just say Linkin Park and Nirvana now because I don't want to get accused of.
Don't go out molesting, and then you're alright.
Well, the thing is, like when I went to a party recently and someone actually put Lost Prophets on and people singing on for a good minute, and then we kind of realised this is kind of a bit wrong.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, like the thing is that there are other members of that band.
Yeah, there's 5 other members.
Exactly.
Like, just happened to be the singer.
Yeah.
I used to have a poster on my wall and wore the Lost Prophets hoodie, which has now been retired. It was only a tenner, so I wasn't...
Retired? I'd have set that shit on fire.
Nah, it's back in my wardrobe in case I look at it and go, you had some good... We had some fun times before you ruined everything. But, yeah.
I have a weird sort of story with Matt Tuck, right?
Oh, Bullet for Valentine.
Yeah. Who I'm not labelling as a paedophile. I just realised that's a bit of a weird... It's the same sort of genre when they were like back in the day. They all had floppy haircuts and they were like, yeah, we're metal. And it's like, well, you're not. I was with a lady, and I was sat on her chest and she was wanking me off, right? And then at the moment, she had like all these emo posters on a wall, including Bullet for My Valentine. And at the moment of climax, I put my hand on the wall because like the bed's here. She's wanking me off, and I put my hand on the wall like and I'm face to face with Matt Tuck. With that poster, he's got a gun. And he's like, I'm Will Welsh and I've got a bloody gun, see? Right?
I had that poster on my wall.
Well, I've accidentally came to that poster. I'm like, and that's not even the weirdest thing that happened that time, right? When I'd finished, right, I'd unmount And I'm like 16 at this point, so like I'm not, I'm having real sex now with ladies and everything. She starts like doing this. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like patting her chest where I've came. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she literally gives me the 1,000-yard stare and goes, well, they're all dead now, aren't they? I was like, oh, okay. I'm going to leave now. And I did.
Not Saving Private Ryan, is it?
It was fucking amazing. But yeah. Do you have any weird metal-related sex stories? Please tell me you do. That would be gorgeous.
I know people who got laid purely because of their band T-shirts and stuff, but nothing really me related.
Well, I got laid because I was in a band. A lot.
Well, like the thing is, like when I try to tell people, I go, "Oh, I'm in a post-rock band at uni," and I tell people, "Oh, what do you play?"
What's your band called?
We haven't really got a name yet, but the working title is Post-Rock Ponies because it's what our Facebook chat's called.
Right.
So
cool.
yeah, I don't know, because people, I tell people, "How do you play bass?" And they just lose interest, like, "Oh, bass." Oh, I'm like, I'm good at fingering. That doesn't count. You're still a bassist.
Yeah, it sort of happens when you say you're a drummer. If I'm honest, until you like normally. I'll spout off about music, and they're like, "Oh, he's a music nerd," and then I'll go, "Oh, I'm a drummer," and they go, "Oh," as in like, "Oh, I thought you were clever." Like, fuck you, buddy. But yeah. So anyway, you didn't really like. Okay, so that's what got you into metal. What kept you? How did it evolve from there?
Well, like I checked out a few bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden. Well, my friend also recommended I read this magazine called Kerrang, and it had Trivium on the first issue I ever had. We had Trivium on the front cover. And I remember it. They were all wearing suits, and the caption was "Trivium suits you," and that's what I actually remember that. And I got into like more music through Kerrang. That's when Kerrang. This is 2007 when Kerrang still was good, and they were covering bands like they had like Behemoth and Wolves in the Throne Room and stuff, and like that not on the cover, but heavily in the magazine.
Yeah, sure.
Before they all just gave into their pop punk, and and also then like when I like all the different subgenres kept me, because even though I do love nu metal, like that's what nu metal, like hard rock, alternative, that's what got me going. And then I got into thrash, and when as I got older, kind of my taste, I wouldn't say matured, but like I kind of got into more like underground areas like death metal, black metal. Now,
yeah, sure.
I listen to a lot of stoner, sludge, and doom. That's what I listen to, those kind of genres.
Do you like listen to dope at all?
Dope.
Yeah.
What, that die?
Sorry, no, my bad. You listen to Sleep.
Yes, Sleep.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. What is your opinion? Well, if you're a fan, right? Because I still can't work it out. Why is Dope Smoker a good song? Because I love it.
Because loads of people. It's an hour, isn't it? It's an hour.
It's an hour of drone and a guy going for an hour. But I love it.
I think about Sleep. It's a thing I think about a lot of that stuff, like those bands like Sleep, Bomb Ripper. I listen to the Conan, who like they're not really weed, but they're doom, and I love them. Yeah. And I like having this background because in some ways, like it's kind of got that thing where you can have it on the background because I can't work in silence. Like I need to have something. Sure. Need to have something going on, even if it's just like ambient sound, just like rain. I can't work in silence.
I'll regularly have the TV on if I'm writing. Like I can't just sit in silence and be like, I'm genius.
I used to like silence, but now I'm kind of just like, time is fleeting, I need to listen to stuff, so
Oh god. We just got deep.
No. But I need to I cannot not work in silence. Even because once I was walking somewhere and I forgot my iPod, I just had to go home and get it because I knew I couldn't do this like hour and a half walk without music.
I can do that if I'm on my own. Like if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, like I'll have a walk in the woods on my own. That's great. Commune with nature, be a bit of a windswept, interesting writery type.
Interesting.
But I cannot do it in public. And this is going to sound, well, fuck it. Sounds arrogant. I can't handle people's inane conversation. It literally makes me angry.
Like this one time I was going to work on a film, like a film set, like in Colt Chatham.
Oh shit, yeah, you do that as well.
Yeah, I do.
We should totally fucking talk about that as well. You're a massive movie nerd.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about that as well.
And it's a mate film, it's called Misfits. It's actually out today on the
film. Look at that! So this podcast will probably be out in about, if we catch up with the backlog, it'll probably be out in about a month.
Okay.
So you will already be able to download it at...
Well, it's not download, just stream it, I think on YouTube.
Stream it on YouTube.
It's just like the film page called Misfit Short Film. I'll send you a link and you can...
Sweet. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll put I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, okay.
Underneath, because this goes to YouTube.
Oh, brilliant.
Because I spoke about it last week. Obviously, you've not heard it yet. But the best way to get exposure with longer media, so anything like over like 20 minutes, is to put it on YouTube. Yeah. Because the more people that watch, YouTube works on an algorithm of minutes watched. Okay. As opposed to how many times people have watched it.
Okay.
So when you've got longer things, that's why like PewDiePie is one of the most like streamed YouTubers in the world, because he's got hour-long videos and everyone watches them. So it's like minutes watched.
Okay.
If 1 million people watch a 3-minute video, then great, that's 3 million minutes. Okay. If 500,000 people watch an hour-long video, you've got way many minutes.
Okay.
So more viewers may not equal more minutes.
Okay.
And yeah, that's really boring. And
I was working there and I was on the bus, listening to Caius, just having a little head bop. And this a woman pulled my earphone out and wanted me to join their conversation. She thought I was being rude by sitting there inside listening to music, minding my own business. She wanted me to talk to her and her friends about, I don't know what to talk about, probably hemorrhoids or something. I don't know what they were talking about.
Jesus Christ. And
I was just like, no, I paid for this ticket. I'm going to work. I'm going to be working till like late,
Yeah.
And it's a 12-hour day, And if I want to listen to music on the bus, I'm going to listen to music on the bus, right?
Jesus Christ.
And it wasn't like very harsh because she was like 80 odd and like,
Fuck off, Granny!
I'm going to just... I just try my best just to...
It's weird. It's weird that people still have this crazy aversion to like alternative music.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
And that's even within the alternative community. I try to be fairly open to all like avant-garde kind of stuff. Like I went to see what the fuck are their names? Slow Dive.
Okay.
In London the other week. The week before last, because that was Christmas. And there was the first act were this band called, I want to say Dashboards. I could be wrong, but it was literally half an hour of drone. It was a dude on a guitar making guitar swells and playing it with a bow, and a dude on piano, like a keyboard, like a Moog. I think it was.
Okay, that's cool.
And the song didn't stop. It was like half an hour of just like. And I still haven't decided whether I like it or not. But I gave it the opportunity. Like it's so weird that people, when they don't understand something, they're like, oh fuck it, turn that shit off. Why is it shit? Oh, because it's just a bunch of noise. It's like, well, actually, like tigers roaring is a bunch of noise, but you want to go and exactly. And I just don't understand.
Well, I do, but I think I can't really get drone. Like I can't get into Sono, whatever they're called. I can't stomach it.
That's fair enough.
I could listen to when I saw this drone band called Bismuth live open for Conan. They were playing a free pub in Colchester on the tour. But before the tour, I got signed to Napalm Records. The same label as Cavalier Conspiracy, Ailstorm, John Garcia, Brombach, and loads of other people. And they couldn't move venue, so it was absolutely rammed. And there's opening band called Bismuth.
Right.
And it was just a girl on bass doing occasional growl and a guy on drums. And they did a 60-minute song. Went, okay, we've only got one song left and it's 40 minutes long, so we're going to play it. And that was what they did. That was it.
How strange.
I know it was a really cool experience, but it kind of felt really weird. That was our first song. This is our second and final song.
Yeah.
40 minutes left. Goodbye. It was I
love that. That's what I love listening to prog bands. I went to Opeth at the Roundhouse.
Oh, that's cool.
Whenever that was, November, I think, and they're just fucking great. But then you realise you're listening to a song and you're like, oh, it's 15 minutes. The song hasn't ended yet. This is great. I like songs that take you on a journey. That's why I'm more of a prog head than I am a metal head. I love metal, but I prefer the prog.
I kind of like that. Do you like Cult of Luna?
Yes and no. They're okay.
I saw them live. It was a full light show, and it was generally such an engrossing experience. On the best band I've seen, they just swallowed you with this show, draw you in, and then just pummel you with long solos and distorted screams and weirdness. It was just, and the flashing lights, and you didn't actually see what they looked like. They were only silhouettes on stage because of the way the lighting done, so you couldn't see their faces. It was just this is so cool.
You ever seen Symphony X live?
No,
they're fucking great. I saw them open up for Dream Theater in 2007.
Cool.
They're great. before Dream Theater split up. What? They got a new drummer? No, they split up. As far as I'm concerned. We don't talk about it.
I saw them at Summer Say this year, and they were okay, but I could hear Metallica's soundcheck, and I was like, I just really want to sing along to Metallica.
You didn't see Dream Theater last year, my friend. You saw a joke of a band with a circus performer as a drummer. Oh God, it makes me angry! Ah! Bring back Portnoy, please. Please.
Because some people I've seen Slayer, no, you've not seen Slayer. I have seen Slayer, no, because every time I've seen Slayer, I saw them first time was 2011, and I didn't see them in 2012, but I've seen them 2013 and 14.
Yeah.
I saw them the first time was when Hannon was still alive then, and it was Lombardo was on drum. The other time, he was dead last time. The second time I saw him, unfortunately, and and it was Paul Bosoff was drumming, and Gary Holt was a full-time member. People you've not seen Slayer, I'm like, unless I have seen Slayer, because it's that still Tom Araya screaming war ensemble, Kerry King still headbanging, and
sure.
That's still Slayer,
Yeah, absolutely. I saw Slayer in 2007, but I was like a douchebag. I was I was still a kid, and I was utterly, I didn't like them. So I when I say I saw Slayer, it's the same way I saw Velvet Revolver, as in I was walking through Download and went, oh, it's Slayer. And maybe stayed for a song, and then walked off, because I was a little douchebag. Sorry, Slayer. But you really care.
Kerry King's going to listen to this and go home.
Jack,
yes.
What are you listening to right now? What would you recommend to the lovely readers of Gentlemanly Chats?
Well, I could probably... I've got my top 10 2014 already.
All right, well, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's see if I've heard any of them.
Well, so two, I don't think you've heard some of them, but I can't remember the exact order of a lot of it.
Don't worry about the order.
I'm only trying to remember.
Just hit me. Hit me with it.
Well, one of the albums is it's called Ikuro by a band called Hotel Wrecking City Traders.
Okay.
They're an Australian band. I saw them live in Colchester. They did a free show before Desert Fest, and it's just two brothers, guitar and drum. They've supported. Funnily, if they opened for Sleep in Australia recently.
Right. Okay.
And it's that kind of music, kind of stoner, progressive stoner stuff.
Yeah.
But it sounds really positive.
Mm.
It's instrumental, but it sounds really positive. I got to interview the drummer, and it was really cool.
Nice.
Who did
you interview for?
Metal Recusants, the site I write for.
Yeah.
Metal Recusants, I can't pronounce it, but yeah. It's really cool, and they're just really cool because it's instrumental. It's positive, and it just sounds really good.
Nice.
They released an EP which is just one 21-minute song called Ode to Chun, and it's really good. They performed it live when I saw them.
Awesome.
They improvise it all the time. They just keep forgetting it. So
that's amazing. Yes.
They came to him and said, "Yeah, it keeps evolving and devolving when we perform it live, but no one really seems to notice." So.
That's awesome.
Awesomeness. There's a release called 12 Areas by this amazing instrumental band again called Telepathy.
Right.
And it was incredible. It's just basic. It's instrumental. It's post technical sludge. I don't really know the term, but it's too much terminology.
Progressive vegan grindcore.
But, it's really good. It's instrumental, but it's so emotional.
Yeah.
You can generally feel it. I saw them live, the whole light show headline. I was my eyes were watering when they played this song called Sistine Knock.
That's awesome.
It was just this riff, this bit of the song really gets me. Just I don't know, I've got such an emotional connection with one bit of the song. It's just...
No, that's fucking great, man. That's
great. They play this song, so it's last on the album, last one's called To Kiss the Ocean Floor.
Yeah.
And there's I imagine it as because it's called To Kiss the Ocean Floor, I imagine it's about a guy dying and he's been thrown, he's about drowning, and this kind of bit of a song is this kind of tiny little dude. I can't remember I can't really swear how it goes.
Yeah.
But I kind of picture his last bit of hope is just fading.
Sure.
And then there's just wall of noise just smacks you in the face like Odin. Oh. And it just in this kind of he's drowning. He's just he's dead. And it's kind of I get from that, and it's just.
Oh, you're such a metal reviewer.
I know.
No, it's I used to write for a site called Keep the Secret, which isn't around anymore. But it's actually what got me into sort of reviewing and journalism. I say journalism, and now that's how I got into Geek Pride, doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, I love metal metaphors. It's with crushing breakdowns.
Yeah.
The force of a jackhammer on steroids. With the power of a fighter plane made out of biceps. Fucking...
I'm going to use that fighter plane made
good,
of biceps.
good. And fucking credit me. I should fucking come and write for your site, man.
You can, literally. If you want to write for it, like, do some reviews and stuff, you can.
Do I get back into metal reviews? Last time I did... the thing that pissed me off about doing metal reviews was that I had to listen to the album. I'm not saying that's... that came out completely wrong.
Just going to look on Wikipedia.
The problem with metal is I have to listen to it. No, the problem is that I have to listen to it, and normally I'm not alone when I'm listening to it. And I'm having to review it. Like, I'm not listening it to go, way, party, way. I have to put on my analytical head and go, right, I'm listening to this music because I have to. There are going to be things I do and do not like. I have to write these things down and discuss them with other people. When I mean discuss with other people, I mean sound it out so I can hear what it sounds like. Like most writers do, they fucking read their sentences out loud. So last time I did that with the this will date when I was doing metal reviews. The new what the fuck are they called? They did Fear Factory, the new Fear Factory. The one that came out in like 2012.
I want to say The Industrialist. Is that what it's called?
Maybe. And I was listening to it with a person who's a fan of metal, but she's not really like, she's like, oh, whatever, you know, it's just metal, I like it. And I'm going, oh, this kind of sounds like everything else they've done, and this is a bit staid, and this is a bit boring, but I like this bit and this bit. And it's like, oh, why do you have to pick holes in it? And I'm like, because that's the point. That's literally what I'm not getting paid to do, but that's like literally my job. So that's what I have to do.
Well, because like as a film student at university, like every time I watch films, I can't always help but analyse it.
Fucking yes, I studied film as part of my degree, and I also like take an interest in it as well. Not as obviously, you know, way more than I do. Yeah. But it's so frustrating. You're like, oh, that's an easy trope. Oh, he's done that. Oh yeah, there's Todorov theory. Oh, this is boring.
And it's kind of one of those things. Like even with music, I'm always kind of critiquing it too much. Though, like. People say, can you listen to a song and just enjoy it? I said, yeah, obviously I can. Yeah. But, you know, every time I hear something new, I always kind of like, I feel like I need to pull out a pen and paper and jot down the pros and cons of the song.
Absolutely, but that's what makes you a good metal journalist, or a good journalist in general. Like, the fact that you feel the need to critique and document.
Because I even like review stuff, I'm not even asked to review, because I feel like if I've got an opinion on this album, I'm going to write it down.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
If no one else on the site's going to review it, like, I kind of just got kind of obsessive, because every gig I've been to since I started doing reviews for site bar one I've reviewed. Yeah. Like I reviewed really everything from like Iron Maiden at the O2 to like gigs in like a local pub to even just one person in a bar with a guitar. I reviewed that just because I kind of feel like I have to. And also connections. Like I interviewed a band called Slab Dragger, who is awesome sludge band and stuff. Yeah. Like they do like really weird songs like Sea Monsters and like Drugs, so you know. And like I interviewed them, and then someone read the review and contacted me to say like, I love your interview with band, I love, do you mind reviewing this? And it was this band, it's not made to the top 10 list, but it's called Memnon Sar. It's a dark ambient drone kind of thing. It's all instrumental, and it's really atmospheric and creepy. Like I saw Gone Girl at the cinema, and I walked out as I was watching it by myself because no one else would go with me, and also I studied David Fincher, so I kind of had to see it. And I just literally put it on, and I was just walking around Colchester trying to get a sense of that. And this music was really helping. It's just like really like weird, dark, ambient like stuff. It's like, and like I thought it was really windy, but it was actually just the actual music with like howling wind effects, and it was just really walking around Colchester like 9 p.m. like pitch black. It's like wow, this is really atmospheric. Nice. And you know, so what on the list? Cool. Number 8, it's Blood Eagle by Conan. Right. It's a doom app, but it's got like a bit of elements of other stuff, a bit of like thrash and like a tiny bit of sludge in there as well. Yep. But it's really monolithic to describe it in terms. It is just heavy. Yeah. Because my first ever interview I did was actually with singer guitarist of Conan, and it's really funny because like they 2 hours late because I was in traffic. Pick me a song. My favourite one of Conan is called Dying Giant. Let's have a look. Carry on. And basically, it was my first interview. And I went to a guy, I said, "Oh, you Conan?" Yeah. He said, I just shook his hand and said, "Hi, we'll talk to you in 5 minutes. I'll come get you in 5 minutes." I was like, "Sure." Yeah. And I got in the van, started talking. It's like, "Oh, so where's John?" He went, "I am John." I was like, "Oh, for God's sake." Like, no, it's fine. No, he was a cool dude, did the interview. Oh. Yeah, it's just, there's a build up, then it just there's a bit of just kicks in. It's just... Okay. And, you know, it's really, I just can't like go back to it. It's like especially from like the first few notes, it's just like pure Sabbath worship. Like,
Yeah.
It's called like Crown of Talons, and it's just like it creeps up on you, then crashing down like an inferno, and you just hear like John Davies like hawkish war cry screaming out, and it's just like, you know, just really good heavy stuff.
Hang on, I'm going to skip through a bit. Hang on.
Yeah, you can skip through a bit. And I don't blame you skipping through, because a lot of it is just like...
No, of course not.
A lot of it's just the build-up, then the reward,
It'll be something that I'll listen to. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for what you're talking about.
It's not all about... This is what I'm talking about here.
Heavier than a giant's ballsack.
Exactly. They came in with amps, like as high as the ceiling of this pub, and the foundations actually shook. They were so heavy.
That's fucking ace, man. That's really cool. I made myself. I want to share something with you because we're talking about Conan. I literally made myself have a coughing fit yesterday. We're at this restaurant in Dockside in Chatham called Creams.
Okay.
Right, which is basically ice cream, waffles, and pancakes.
Oh, sweet.
As a restaurant, it's fucking great. Like, and it's not terribly priced. I was a bit miffed that one of the waitresses had a cold. She kept like wiping her nose.
Oh.
And then, but whatever, it's fine. You know, like everyone's entitled to mistakes. She might be new. It could be Christmas cover. You know, I'm not going to use that as an indictment for the place. The place was lovely, and I had a lovely ice cream sundae.
Awesome.
So go there. But for some reason in my brain, Creams turned into Croms, and I was literally like. Honestly, this sketch was playing out in my head. He's like, "Hello, welcome to Crumbs. How can I help you?" And then, like, "Oh, well, I have the. Oh, well, I don't know really. I'll have. Come on, it's time to make the order. You're at the counter. Come on, you got to eat the ice cream now. Ah, right." And it just, honestly, I'm sat there eating my sundae, pissing myself, just like every time I'm biting, I'm like, meh. And the missus is like, what are you doing? I'm like, "Hello, welcome to Crumbs."
Conan actually used to be signed to a label called Head of Crom as well.
That's amazing. But yeah, that's just a little aside. Go check out Creams. Oh shit, dude. Yeah. We haven't even mentioned the sponsor. My bad. Just do a bit of house cleaning. Loot Monster are monthly boxes of pure awesome. They're doing 2 new packages in the new year, the Comics Monster and the Pop Monster, and that is a monthly box of comics with a t-shirt, or a monthly box of, I think it's 2 Funko Pop figures. We all know how I feel about Funko Pop. Don't want to talk about it. And it's or you can go for the standard box, which is fucking great. I get it as part of the monthly subscription. This month it was a Marvel, and it was great. Like, I got these cool little air stickers. In fact, I could give you a little present to go away with.
Really?
Would you like a Spider-Man?
I'd love a Spider-Man.
Look, he's got a bit of a funny eye, but I think that's just because my one was a bit...
Oh, thank you.
I think what our sponsor does is because he knows that I'm the sponsor, so I think I get the dodgy boxes. I'm joking. But yeah, go check out www.lootmonster.co.uk and sign up now. It's fucking great.
You hate Funko Pop vinyls, though?
I fucking loathe them, yeah.
I own one. Like, I've got a story about them because since like May and Colt, I saw one in like a lemon grab from Adventure Time one.
Right.
And I saw it, and it's been taunting me for months. And I literally snapped and bought it. Like, the store was like the store was closing at 4. It was 3:59. People were still queuing. I bought some early. And I literally just screamed and walked back inside and bought it.
Did you scream like lemon grab?
Unacceptable! No, I literally just bought it. I'm just like, and the guy behind the counter was like, "I just want to go home. I want overtime now. My wife's got tone in her hole in the arm," or something like that.
Oh, dear.
He's actually a bassist in this really good local band called Goat Monsoon, a bit like Queen of the Stone Age.
Goat Monsoon.
There's loads of bands have Goat in, like King Goat, Goat Leaf, Goat Monsoon, Year of the Goat. Whatever.
Have you seen the hashtag that's going around recently? Calm down the band.
What? No.
Right, calm down the band is. I've lost my microphone. Fuck. Hang on. Hello? Michael is changing his microphone. Oh. Hang on. And I've got my microphone back. Yeah, this hashtag called Calm Down a Band, where what you do is you take a metal band name and you calm it down, like Lamb of Gosh. Or the one I came up with, and it got a favourite on Twitter, was Ironing Maiden.
Ironing Maiden.
Yeah. Can you think of any off the top of your head? Mate breed.
Yeah. Five Finger Death Lunch.
That's another game where just play this next time you're hanging out with your mates.
All right.
Make food puns out of Metallica songs. It's really fun. Fried the Lightning. Yeah. King Muffin. Anyway, so yeah, Calm Down a Band. That makes me happy. So you should do that. Carry that on.
The plate that never comes.
On the tweets. Or King Prawn Nothing.
King Prawn Nothing.
Yeah. Alright, hang on. Think. Enter Sandwich. Yeah, okay, anyway, so fucking yeah, okay, so carry on with your top 10. Is there anything else worth mentioning?
Well, there's like, yeah, we've only done like 8, so number 7. It's Down, part 4, part 2.
Okay.
They've done 3 albums when Phil Anselmo decided, you know what, I just want to do EPs now because I can get more records out and not actually commit to an album, moves like ever.
It's also
quicker.
Way cheaper.
Exactly, so yeah.
And better for bands. Which shouldn't be the case, because the music industry is dying. Anyway.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, I want to do EP. And Downfall, it's pure Sabbath worship, but it's incredible. And it's what you expect from Down, who did one of the best albums of all time in NOLA. So, you know, and I saw Down live this year and they were incredible. Like,
I saw Down live 2009. I collected cups during their set and then myself £7.
Wow, good on you. I bet that went down well. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Number 6. It's a band I only discovered because I was like, I get packages to review. Like Napalm Records sent me this package and had like bands in.
That's awesome. I'm totally coming to write for your
It's
site.
not CDs. It's just like download links.
Yeah, you should totally. Yeah,
it's really funny because 3 of my things are actually, 4 of them are actually from Napalm. I'm not like bigging up Napalm or anything, but they got some good releases.
I think Jack's been bought by Napalm.
I'm not. Yeah. But it's a band called. It's not actually a metal band. It's my only non-metal thing on the list.
Okay.
It's actually probably there's a few more, but they kind of cross line. This is like a rock band from Germany called Zodiac. I mean, an album called Sonic Child, and it's definitely the least heaviest thing on my list. And it's just good fun rock. Like they got a song called Penny and the Dead Horse. Like the first half is like a western, the second half like a good rock song.
Yeah.
They got like a song called Swinging on the Run, which reminded me a bit of like early Muse.
Right.
And they've got it's just like nice mellow. They got some good songs. They got something about like rock bottom blues and like so they got a song called Just Music, which is like it's just really good.
Yeah.
Music. I've got one of my favourite songs of the year is actually Swinging on the Run from the album. It's just a really good like head bopping song to play.
Good times.
And yeah, that's good.
What is rock music if not to lift your spirits and make you bob your head?
Yeah, exactly.
That's sort of the point. That's like one of the reasons why I fucking hate pop music but really like rock music, because they're both basically the same thing. It's a 4/4 beat. It's normally quite good-looking people singing about the same things. But pop music goes, put your hands up, pretend it's the last night of your life, get drunk, let's not worry about the problems, everything's fine, shh, buy things. Whereas rock is like, everything's shit, let's party, because it's fucking bullshit otherwise. Let's get drunk, let's fucking forget about tomorrow, we'll deal with that later, but it is still there, things are shit, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Because we've got our friends and everything's cool, as opposed to, ignore your problems, I'm an attractive lady, buy my perfume. Right? And that's why, that's the disparity in my head.
Wow.
Which doesn't have to mean anything, but...
Okay, so quick number 5. It's I only discovered the album in December, but it went straight on the list.
Yep.
It's so good. It's a band, an influential doing man called Yob, right? And like I've never heard them before, so I thought I'll check it out because Rolling Stone gave it their number 1 metal album of the year.
Yob is Boy Backwards.
And also it got in. It was like it's a doom album that got into their actual top albums in general of the year. And I thought, wow, this must be good. And
Yeah.
I was thinking like it was his first album. I think he did it after divorce, and he stopped taking antidepressants as well. So,
Jesus.
and like it just seems like the album's clearing the path to ascend. I kind of feel like he's clearing the path to ascend to like a new stage in his life, and it sounds godly. It's just so wow. I just was blown away by it, and like I just couldn't, like, I just would sit there in my room listening to it, like, just on repeat. It was like,
Nice.
wow, this is just solid.
Speaking of insane people coming off their antidepressants, have you heard what's going on with Scott Stapp?
What, the guy from Creed? Yes.
It's gone fucking mental. Police were called about 2 weeks ago from his ex-wife to go and pick him up because he was driving around in their cul-de-sac on a motorcycle, topless, with papers in his hands saying he was a CIA agent charged with killing Obama.
Wow.
True story.
Wow.
He's fucking mental.
He's really gone off, alright.
Yeah, exactly.
He's really looking at Alter Bridge and going, why couldn't it be me?
He wasn't going, why can it be? He was going, bless grunge. It's adorable.
Okay, so number 4, it's, do you know the band Monster Magnet? They made an album last year called Last Patrol, and the single was
Space Lord is a corking tune.
Yep, and they did an album, and they thought, you know what, we're just going to redo our last album, but we're going to do it in a 60s psychedelic style.
Of course.
And it sounds really trippy, ridiculous, but insane, and it's a lot of fun as well.
Nice.
And it sounds like proper Woodstock era.
Yeah.
You can imagine them opening for Hendrix in the 60s, like with their like massive organs, just whacking vermin and doing some weird vocals.
Have you heard of Beardfish?
Beardfish?
Yeah, Beardfish. No. You should check out Beardfish. They're fucking great.
Or Beard?
Beardfish. It's an album called The Void. It's absolutely fucking incredible. That's actually, it's not been released this year, but it was one of the most listened to albums by me. I highly fucking recommend it. Beardfish. And have I got that right? Is it Beardfish? Is it Beardfish The Void? It's Beardfish or it's Spock's Beard. See, this is the problem with prog bands. There's too many beards. There's not too many. It's always have beards. Beardfish The Void. Yeah, it's The Void. Yeah, Beardfish. Check them out.
Good old Beardfish.
It's fucking great. Spock's Beard you should also check out because they're also fantastic. And seeing as you mentioned kind of psychedelic kind of stuff, there's a band called Flower Kings.
Flower Kings.
They are fucking brilliant. It is kind of like psychedelic, old school, with a hint, with like the tinges of prog. It's kind of like King Crimson, but today.
Oh, okay.
It's incredible. So you should go and check that out.
Do you like
as well.
Unclassed and the Deadbeats?
I've never heard of them, mate.
Oh, they're like kind of like Sabbathy kind of band. Like they've opened for Sabbath as well on their like tour last year. And they were really, really good. Like they're good. Like their album, like they got a song about like they got songs about like Charles Manson and stuff, as you do. And like
okay.
And so they're really, really good. Like I recommend Unclassed and the Deadbeats if you're into that kind of stuff.
You listeners are so fucking lucky. You've got so many bands to listen to by the end of this podcast.
Like my 1 and 2 are well-known bands. Number 3, it's Brant Bjork, drummer of Caius, and like all-round instrumental guy who once took time off to flip burgers because he just felt like it. And he did an album called Brant Bjork and the Low Desert Punk Band did an album called Black Power Flower, which I incorrectly keep calling Black Flower Power. But as you
awkward in the wrong crowd.
So and he did an album.
I believe it's African American Flower Power.
And he did an album, and it's just amazing. It's like a Caius reunion with him on vocals instead of good old John Garcia, and it's brilliant. I just couldn't. It's one of my most listened to albums of the year.
Right.
Just so happy. It's like I found it, and it's so and just hearing the notes just kick in and And he got a song called 8-minute song called Where You From, Man. It's like if Cheech and Chong did a song basically, and it's just like 8 minutes of just pure riffage. It's great.
Good.
Right, number 2 is Slipknot's Five for Grey Chapter. That's Slipknot favourite band. The band that got me into extreme music. Yeah. I waited 6 years to have. First time in my life, I actually went to HMV first thing in the morning to get a copy of it. Also, I got a copy from my friend as well because it was her birthday, and I thought, go and get it. Slipknot, yes. just. And then it was a special edition as well because I'm a good friend, And I went home. I think it's annoying me because I had classes as soon as I had classes like 11 to 7. Yeah. I didn't want to listen to half it. I was listening in full. It's so annoying having this thing. I'm not listening. I was sitting there going for a film like just end. Like
what was the film? Do you remember the film that day?
One of them was the original King Kong. No, it was meant to be King Kong, but they showed the remake by accident. I sat through 2 hours of it, and I thought, I'm going home now.
That's amazing.
We studied the original King Kong, but the remake is extra viewing if you want to do it, and they put the wrong King Kong
Have you watched King Kong vs Godzilla?
No, I have not.
You should watch that. Although it is the most bullshit ending. It really pisses me off. Yeah, I'm annoyed now. Basically, spoilers, but it's from 1968, so fuck you. The apes blew up the world. Fuck, I just made myself giggle now. Yeah, basically, King Kong wins by throwing Godzilla into water, and then he swims away. And I'm like, no. Godzilla's a fucking amphibian. Like, that's the point of him. He was asleep in water for 1,000 years before the nuke woke him up. So what the fuck are you doing? Going, well, threw him in water. I won. King Monkey. See you later. Going back to the island. Oh, really, really fucking wound me up. Anyway.
Yeah. Number 1 is Mastodon's Once More Around the Sun.
Yes.
I love Mastodon. Incredible band.
High Road is such a tune.
It is, and the Motherlode's such an earworm. I mean, I sing it every day. Just it's just put on my head like this time things will work out just fine. You know, just that heavenly vocal.
Yeah.
Just before it just all crashes down with some good stuff, and it's such a tune. I just can't get enough of that album. You know, and that probably just because the Motherlode's the best one that came out this year as well. You know,
sure.
So, no, that's my top 10 albums. You know, I haven't thought of a film list yet. So I'm still like, but Guardians was amazing.
Guardians was. Their representation of Gamora, and I haven't read the comics, so like fucking shoot me. I don't read Marvel comics as a whole because they're. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say they're childish because they're not. Like, some of them have genuine adult storylines. That's not to say I don't have any Marvel comics. I do, but as a whole, I prefer DC over Marvel. And in fact, actually, I prefer independent over everything. So that's not the comic company. I prefer independent comics over most things because there's swearing allowed, and I'm writing a thing. Oh my God, Jack!
Yeah,
we've completely forgotten to talk about my comics project
my God,
that you're involved with. I can't say a lot because I'm still in the process of finalising artists.
Okay.
It's probably going to become a Kickstarter.
Okay.
But for those of you who don't know, and probably most of you, I am writing a comic. I've been writing a comic for a year now. It's called Covers. And it follows the story of a guy called Will Gardner, who's a comic book artist, or rather a wannabe comic book artist, who's got his own creation called Revengeance, and he's trying to get that into the mainstream, and he sent it off to various comic publishers, and they've all rejected him. And then he realises that he hatches a plan. I don't want to spoil it because it's not like copyrighted yet, but he hatches a plan to make sure that his comic's definitely going to end up on shelves. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. But Jack, I'm not going to say you won a competition, because you were the first to reply on a Facebook post.
Yep, that's it.
And Jack is going to be in the comic, not as himself. It's going to be his likeness and his name, but he's going to be one. And it's going to. I've taken some of your characteristics and put it into the character. You read the first issue, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
So yeah, I mean, not a lot. I've done a couple of rewrites. But basically, what happened was a year ago, I was raring to go. I had a meeting with an artist, and then he kind of disappeared for like a year, and then went to do tattoos. Which is fine. Like they're great tattoos. I've got two of his on me.
Okay.
Like the 37, and I've got there's a rat on my back.
Okay.
With a helmet and a gun. Which I'll show you later if you want to see my hairy back.
I think I kind of do
now. There's a story behind that tattoo, but I'll tell you in a second. So yeah, I don't know when it's coming out, but what I'm probably going to do is get the first 3 or 4 pages drawn up.
Okay. Pay
the artist for them, and then run a Kickstarter.
Okay.
In my head, there are 6 issues. I know what happens in everything. I just need that artist. The minute I'm running with a good artist, I will write the rest. The first issue is written, done, sorted. I'm just waiting for someone else. But you are involved.
So Will's likeness is me, right? So
Jack. Jack. Literally, there's a character called Jack Fryer.
Oh my God, yeah.
And he's you.
Oh,
well, you remember you took those pictures for me, yeah. So
has he got that exact Slayer shirt on?
He might do. I can't remember. I haven't seen the concept art in ages.
I was wearing that Slayer shirt that day. So.
Yeah. I don't know. The problem is, like, I don't know how copyright works in comic books, which is something I should probably go and look up. But I want them to have like I want them to be like. There's a scene where they're at like a Burger King.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do it, and if I can't do it, then I'll do cheap knockoffs.
Yeah.
So it'd be like Burger Prince or something like that, and Slayer will be like Sloyer. Yeah. Fucking Sloyer! But then I've seen comics which have song lyrics in them, and they just credit the song at the end. Okay. So I don't know how it works, because you're not listening to the song, you're reading the lyrics of said song. It might be alright. I don't know. I wrote a short story which had song lyrics in it, and about a zombie apocalypse that happens in Dover, which I'll send you if you want to listen to it.
I do.
It's part of a greater series of stories, short stories that I'm writing. It all happens in it's all like there. The problem with me being a writer is that I also have ADHD. If you haven't noticed already after 28 episodes of this podcast, I deviate. So, like, I'll be working on something and then I go, oh, cool, I've got that to do. So, like, currently, I'm working on, there's, like, the zombie short story. This is all, like, back burner projects. Okay. So, it's, like, stuff that I'm not, like, thinking about it every day, but I'm just like, oh, cool, that'd be a good idea. I'll pop that on. I'm kind of, like, I'll get a surge of, this needs doing now, and then I'll go and do it. So, I'm working on a series of novels, like, fantasy novels, a modern-day wizard kind of novel, like a Dresden Files kind of thing, called The Paper Man. I'll send you the first. I think I've got like, it's not even the first chapter. I think it's like the first couple of paragraphs. But I've got the entire story. It's in my head and it's mapped out.
Yeah.
But I can't talk to you about that on here.
Okay, cool.
Then I've got the comic. I've got several web comics that I'm working on. But again, it's all artists. But covers is the thing I'm focusing on as far as writing is concerned, apart from journalism and writing articles for Geek Pride. So yeah, that will hopefully. I'm going to make it my mission, and you can all bug me on the internet if you want to make sure that covers gets somewhere. I'm going to have a couple of final meetings, I think, with my artist friend and go, look, dude, if you can't do it, it's not a problem, but I'd really like you to, because like his art is fucking perfect for it. It's kind of got like a, I don't know how many comics you read, but like it's kind of got a John Romita sort of. Oh, sweet. John Romita Jr. So kind of like a Kick-Ass vibe.
Oh, I get that.
Which is exactly what I wanted. I was like, fucking, it's perfect. But he's just so busy, and I can't pay him. But now I've got a better job, I probably will just throw £300 at an artist and go, fucking make this real, please. And it will. And I've got an idea for who I'm going to do the lettering and stuff.
But Jim Lee?
No, it's not Jim Lee. You think you're going to do maybe £300 would get me a page? Like, just like a random page done by Jim Lee. And Jim Lee. Like, alright, cool. That's actually not a bad idea. Like, do one of my pages, just for lols. It'd probably be even more than 3. He's like the editor-in-chief at DC.
Yeah,
so
he's one of the big dogs.
He's probably a bit more expensive.
Yeah.
And busy. So
I like to think he rides a skateboard to work. I don't know why, I've got the image of him riding a skateboard and just like high-fiving Jeff Johns and as they go past each other in the corridor.
What, just like he's still on the skateboard?
Yeah, and Jeff Johns.
Yeah, money!
Because Jeff Johns has got a Captain Cold skateboard, I think. So, you know, he's got his Batman one, he's got his Captain Cold, high-five each other.
With an
and Gail Simone's on the water cooler.
I love Gail Simone. She won't reply to me on Twitter, but it's fine. I'm okay with it. I met her this year at LFCC. Literally walked past her, and it was like, no. Like, there's a load of artists and comic book creators I've never heard of. I'm sorry. I walked past with Gail Simone. I was like, that's a woman. Is that Gail Simone? It's fucking Gail Simone. And I walked, and I got to the stairs, and I went, no, I've got to go. And I ran back, and I just, like, I had nothing on me, but I was like, Gail, hi, my name's Mike. I write for Geek Pride. I just want to say thank you for Batgirl, because Gail Simone brought a life to that character and made her
nothing but good things about her thing.
You need to read Batgirl.
It's, like, it's on my massive list.
Even if you don't read comics, like, that representation of a vigilante as a real woman is so earnest and so warm that it's incredible. So go and check it out. Check out Gail Simone's Batgirl. It gets really shit when Gail leaves. Like, Gail has left the series now, and it's awful. But yeah, I sort of misappropriated a hashtag. I think that's why people don't want to talk to me on Twitter. You remember Bring Back Our Girls?
Yeah.
I sort of maybe tried to change it to Bring Back Our Gales. And one guy just messaged me and said, arsehole. I was like, okay. Either that, or I've only got like 87 followers. So it could be that no one gives a shit. But I'm going to say it's because of my terrible hate crimes I accidentally did on Twitter. Did you see Nightcrawlers?
Nightcrawlers.
Just as an aside,
No,
as a film.
Is that a Jake Gyllenhaal film?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Oh, it's fucking great.
I want to.
It's so good. I highly recommend it because Jake Gyllenhaal plays a character that you don't know if you like.
Yeah.
Like you can't get behind him, but then when he gets a victory, you feel that sense of victory.
Is he one of those characters you kind of dislike, but you want to see what he's going to do next?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Sort of like Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, but not that extreme.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know he's an arse, but
yeah,
you want to you want to know what he's doing next, and you kind of want him to win because you want to see where he could go from it.
You don't quite know if you know Jake Gyllenhaal is on some sort of spectrum, let's say,
okay,
because I don't want to fucking offend more people than I already have. But like sometimes you're utterly convinced he's a sociopath. He can give a shit about anyone or anything except for himself. But then he does things and you feel really sorry for him and you're like, he has got empathy. Because there's some really good business advice in that movie. Like, if you follow business the same way that he does, then you're like, fucking yeah, I'm going to succeed. That's great. And it's like, it's either a story about a fucking sociopath, or it's a story about a poor man who's desperately trying to get somewhere in his chosen field, using the one spark of creativity that he has felt aligned to.
Okay.
It's either beautiful or bleak or both. But yeah, I highly recommend that.
Does Geek Pride do have like ratings and stuff?
We do, out of 5.
Okay.
So what, you want me to give it a...
Well, an out of 5, because the site I write
4.5 out of 5.
Because the site I write for, like, it doesn't have, the editor doesn't believe, he believes that music isn't a statistic, or anything, it's not a statistic, so he doesn't really believe, like, giving like something like an 8 out of 10 or something, which is, I think it's quite valid, because like, I get where he's coming from, but when it comes times, if you just don't want to read, you know, some people are like, can you just give it a rating, because I don't want to read your 5 paragraphs on this review.
I agree and disagree. As a man whose band's first release got an 8 out of 10 in Rock Sound and a 2 out of 5 in Kerrang, and it's possibly one of the worst reviews I've ever read for a band. It made me cry. True story. True story. Yeah, 2009.
Oh, Callous.
Was it
only Martyr's May on that?
No, that was the Dissension EP. No, dickhead. Dissension was the first album. Against Foundations was the EP, and we released a single.
Okay.
And we wrote loads of songs and they never did anything with it. When Dissension came out in 2009, Rock Sound gave it an 8 out of 10. I took a picture of the review recently and put it up on Facebook because I was going through this stack of boxes and found the old issue and was like, fucking hell, man, it's Rock Sound. I didn't buy the copy of Kerrang. It was the same issue that Young Cardinals came out in.
Okay.
And I still remember the name of the reviewer, Ryan Bird. If you're listening, you're a cunt.
I remember that guy.
You made me cry. He reviewed a lot of Casket, which is the label we were on. He reviewed a lot of them, and he seemed to have a massive problem with Casket, because every Casket release, he was like, this is bullshit, this is crap. And so when Kerrang came out, I ran to the shops, right? And you know where I used to live in Cliffwoods.
Yeah.
So literally, it's like 100 yards up the road. Yeah. There's the shops. Ran into what was the old post office.
Yep.
We're just having a trip down memory lane.
I remember that.
Grabbed Kerrang off the shelves, start fucking flicking through. I'm like, see, Young Cardinals, Less Than 5, Callous, Dissension. Started reading, and it went along the lines of something. You can clearly hear these people have been listening to a lot of European metal in their basement. Something like a cheap kill switch engage. A poor man's kill switch engage with uneven and shaky breakdowns and a vocal that makes Rob Flynn sound like Pavarotti. 2 out of 5. In fairness, we got a better review than Marilyn Manson's album. Because literally, that got a page and the the byline was, the god of fuck proves he's the god of fuck all. I was like, that's a brilliant bit of journalism. So it made me happy, but I literally, like, I read that, my face fell, I dropped the magazine, I picked it up, put it back on the shelf, apologised profusely, left, and just walked home fucking tears streaming, just like, oh fuck. And then on the way home I rang John, who's the singer. And was just like, mate, have you fucking read Kerrang? He's like, yeah. I'm like, do we even do music anymore? Should we just fucking quit? And he was like, I've got some good news. Like, what? He was like, Rock Sound reviewed us as well. I was like, oh? Because our label was awful, like, they didn't tell us anything.
Okay.
They still owe us like 400 quid. But yeah, he was like, yeah, so Rock Sound gave us 8 out of 10. I was like, fucking hell, really? And then read out the review and I was like, alright, we can make music then. It's fine. But yeah, we haven't even really got onto film, man. It's been an hour.
I
like,
know.
When are you back again?
I'm back in. I'm coming back for a bit in Easter. Then, but I'm 30, so I've got a lot to do. But I've finished.
Wait. Where is
Colchester?
Yeah,
it is an hour and a half by car from Cliff. So
I might come down
if you want.
Because I've got a mate who lives in Essex. He lives in Romford.
Okay.
So we could both come down. And do it. He's one of the regulars on the podcast, Dave.
Ah, cool.
So I could do that.
Well, I live in student accommodation, so it's just like I've got a room with an ensuite to myself and a shared kitchen.
The old wet room.
Yeah.
Good times. I've had a lot of fun in a wet room.
Let me just try to plug some stuff like
yeah, man. Plug the fuck away. Yeah.
It's a short black comedy directed by my good friend Rob Mern, starring himself and Lee Forskett to actors, and also
I prefer the term African American comedy. I'm joking. Carry on.
Yeah, I've also got Gideon Goldstein's in it as well as a guy who's got a cameo. His name's Gideon Goldstein. It's hilarious. But, you know, I've got a cameo as well, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's like... Because at a test screening, my cameo got one of the best things on it. Like, I worked on for 4 days of it, like sleeping on floors and stuff. But you know, the guy Alex Halpern, producer, absolute outstanding person. He's like aunt, I think, yeah, owns is involved with property, and she had like a flat in Chatham, like. But it was like, it's actually by, I think it's near the Railway Street, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's above a jewel shop, I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
And like we had this whole flat for a week, and we used it for a film. And it was just a bit dingy, you know, needed work done. But that's perfect because it's about like people on benefits, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was a dingy place, you know, and it was a good laugh. It was serious, but we had a good laugh as well. And it was good fun.
Dude, next time you're in Chatham, if you ever need an extra, I'm well up for being in a film.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can think of a place for a hairy Viking.
Well, and I've got my own film, Only Ghouls and Corpses. You know, it's a
yes, I saw that. It's quite funny.
Thank you.
You would enjoy it, listeners.
There's a sequel coming out called Thursday the 12th. It's coming out next year,
right.
2015. It's Rocky meets Friday the 13th, and a bit of House of Cards in it as well. You know.
Yes.
It's good. I liked it. It's waiting to be edited. You know, it's half because people complained that the original was 27 minutes, then it's too long. I was like, okay, this one's 15. You know,
fuck you. You should have made it 26.
I want to. You know, like it's a return. It's got all the original cast but one, but it's a different Jason, so we're calling it remake Jason. He's got a different mask. So yeah, there's potential for crossover. You don't know. Yeah, it's just some stuff happens. Like, the thing is, I really hope Desmond Tutu doesn't die because there's a joke about Desmond Tutu in it. So now, if it comes out, if he dies when it comes out, it's going to look a bit bad. It's not a disrespectful joke, but, you know...
Yeah, bless.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Well, obviously, there's my radio show in Essex. I do two, actually. There's 3 Red Barons, which is 3 to 5.
Can you swear on your radio show?
No, but you can if you go do a show after 9 and do a warning like they do on the BBC.
Can I come and be a guest on your radio show?
You can do, yeah.
That's sweet. I'm definitely going to.
I do it with a guy who writes a website called Screen Relish, and he gets like press passes like the London Film Fest. Like he's interviewed Reese Witherspoon and Brad Pitt,
nice.
You know, and he went to a test screening of The Hobbit, like
nice.
And yeah, and like he had like a little waiter as well, which was like giving him drinks and stuff, you know. And he went to, it's like great guy.
You seen The Hobbit yet?
Yeah, I've seen The Hobbit.
Dane makes my life. I love Billy Connolly as a dwarf.
That's the role he was kind of born to play, wasn't it?
If you could kindly or sod off. I'm like, oh man, it makes me so happy.
Oh no, he was great, man. And yeah, we do a show together. Metal Movies would show like it used to be like me just by myself, but it turned out just with me yelling at a microphone about what I didn't like about cinema.
Sweet.
So then it changed. Got a co-host in. She then like didn't want to do it anymore. So Andy came in, and like it's kind of professional now. But like Freeway Barons is a professional. Like we
as professional as this. Two fucking dudes in a basement.
It's kind of like free, like it's unfree to 5 so we can't swear and we can't really discuss things, but we kind of do. But we go just to that point where it's like acceptable. Yeah. And acceptable. We get like just that one point, so it's fine.
He's a man on the edge.
It literally is. Sometimes we probably gone over that edge and dive bombed, but.
Yeah, man, I'll make a day of it. I'll come down, we'll podcast, and I'll be on your radio show.
Excellent, that'd be brilliant.
Do you record the radio show?
Yeah, I've got loads of them on my iPod, but I haven't actually on my laptop, but I haven't actually uploaded them yet to. You
should totally do that, yeah, because then I could actually upload that as a bonus podcast and sweet. Be like, check it out.
Awesome
stuff. Cool. What's the radio show called?
There's I do two. There's Free Red Bounds on Tuesdays 3 to 5, and you can listen on Red Radio on the EssexStudent.com. You just go on there to click on Red Radio. And also there's also Metal Movies 5 to 6 on. We don't talk about metal. We used to, but the other guy doesn't like it, so it's just me playing. It's like, okay,
dude, I'll fucking come down and be like, yeah, fuck off, dude. We'll talk about metal.
We're like, kind of a bit like, okay, that was an interesting discussion on Kubrick. Here's Angel of Death by Slayer.
That's fucking ace. Yes,
and then occasionally a bit of like Mary Poppins and like Bublé just for my mum. Like that movie. Okay, that was Carcass. Now here's Michael Bublé. After that, we have Aborted. Literally, that was
before my mum. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
They could have like Cry Me a River by Michael Bublé, then like Make Them Suffer.
I like Aborted, man. They make me happy.
Aborted were great live. They were just so heavy, like 300 BPM at like 12 in the morning was like the hangover blew off.
Yeah. That's how I used to get rid of hangovers when I was like metal and tough. I would put on Black Dahlia Murder. I'd pound a monster. I'd pound a monster, right? I'm not joking. Like Monster Ripper. I'd just go, Brah! Then I'd listen to What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse.
Oh, what a song!
Full blast in my ear and just do push-ups until I'm just screaming, just going and then gone. No hangover. Fucking sorted. Shaky afterwards, but it's fine. Yeah, that's a good way of getting rid of a hangover. If you it fucking sucks and it hurts and you ache and it feels like you're coming out of off of drugs, which essentially is what you're doing. You're going through a hangover is a minor dependency. It's like a minor detox.
Okay.
You're literally, the reason you get shakes and stuff is because you've drank that much in that night. Your body's like, oh, okay, we run on alcohol now. And then in the morning, your body goes, whoa, what? We don't run on alcohol. Oh, with blood. And you start to go through detox.
Okay, yeah.
Which is why water and or more beer will help in the morning.
What, hair of a dog and all that?
True story. Science. Cool. Right. Well, this has been fucking ace, man.
This has been excellent. I've flown by.
I've had a great time.
So have I. I'll do it again.
Yeah, definitely.
Just moving in the sleeping bag, please, down here.
Well, I mean, that's what the mattress is for. Not for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the mattress is for. And the shackles. No!
And the knife.
I have several knives. It's not the point. Right, okay, we are going to listen to vinyl and maybe mutual masturbation, whatever, see what happens. Big love, keep it geek, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye!